Well, hello. It's your friend Vegematic. I used to be Vegematic Deluxe, but Deluxe is my last name, and I thought it was too complicated when people were searching for it, and probably they would just end up with videos of kitchen appliances. Oh man, have you ever found that sometimes the less time you spend on the internet, the better you feel? I know I do. You know, for a brief time, I had a sense of amazing hope that finally, perhaps the corporatocracy that has stolen democracy, that has installed unremovable cabals into formerly democratic countries, and it doesn't matter the party, because political parties are all merging into one. It's the ruled and the rulers. So what's happening now is, I guess, the result of 40 or so years of wrong-headed economics, shipping jobs offshore for everybody, running up debts for people, which amounts to slavery. And people have debts upon debts upon debts just to survive. And there's plenty of assholes willing to take advantage of that. No shortage of that in capitalism. What a wonderful system. You know, I am a capitalist in a sense but I'm an old-fashioned kind of capitalist in the sense that I expect businesses to operate in an ethical and reasonable manner. That's something that's been forgotten. I mean, the business schools have taught for years now this Friedmanite economics where winner take all. I wish those kids would shut up. They're really annoying me. But that's because I'm cynical now and I'm not just enjoying the kids playing next door and having a good time. I'm just concerned about myself. Yes, I'm a closet libertarian. I actually got accused of, by somebody, I think this was on Bernie 2016 community group on G+, of being a troll for Donald Trump. And I have no idea how this guy got that idea, but it just struck me as being incredibly paranoid and sort of summing up how mistrustful people become when political processes are manipulated in such a blatant fashion. Let's face it, anybody with half a brain knows that this entire process is a joke at this point, complete with reality TV stars and complete with greedy Wall Street loving Clintonistas. Well, we're gonna put Bill in charge of the economy. That'll fix things. Free trade. Yeah, how'd that work out, Bill? Yeah, how'd the crime bill work out for you? Yeah, you apologize, but you don't fucking not take money from private prison corporations. Dynastic rule by the Bush and Clinton cartel. The shit never comes out, right? And it never comes out because the media has been so consolidated that there's no room for honest reporting anymore. There's no room for investigative journalists like Greg Palast or Glenn Greenwald or many of the other guys that are just like fighting against the tide. And a big tool is the ridicule, right? I mean, you look at how anybody who is outside the corporate mainstream might have an idea about, I don't know, universal health care, looking after the citizens of the nation so that you're not in such a mess. No, because, tax breaks are more important. This thoroughly discredited voodoo economics that started under that bad movie actor. What was his name? Bonzo? No, Reagan. That's it. Yeah, I get him confused with Bonzo, but I have more respect for Bonzo because Bonzo didn't have a choice. It's all the same parasitic class. That's what bankers are. That's what lawyers are. They're the parasite class. The ones who profit off misery. The ones who profit off poverty. The ones who profit by incarcerating people and building walls. It's all out in the open now. Now, I've had this YouTube channel for several years now, and I had a couple before that. And yet, in all this time, I have less subscribers than probably anybody on here most people that I see. So, they don't like me. And they own the pipes, right? Occasionally somebody slips through by mistake, but they try and control it pretty damn closely. And I kind of put myself in double jeopardy, being a social democrat and not really being terribly flattering to Her Majesty Antoine Clintonette, is it? The one with the smug, imperious look. I won! No, you didn't. We all know that. It doesn't matter. Because in the end, Hillary's fall will be spectacular. I promise you this. You cannot go through life building up that much bad karma and it not bite you on the ass just when you thought you had it made. But what do I know? I'm a crazy hippie sitting here, smoking cancer sticks, drinking alcohol on a Friday night, and celebrating, as my good friend Hambone Littletail would say, the decline and fall of industrial civilization.
My goal, since it was 125 degrees in the shade, for one thing, I had him in my hand. So I had to take Sancho Panza into the Dollar Tree with me. So anyway, guys, so I go in there with the dog, holding the dog, and I start putting on all of these damn glasses. And I think I ended up with 5 or 6 pairs of glasses. And they're just in my hands with the dog. And I have no cart, so I said, okay, Hambone, you got what you came in here for. Turn around and get your ass out of this store. Because while I was holding these glasses and this dog in my hand, I looked over at, I don't know, the kitchen gadget thing. And I said, shit, you need a few things. You need to go over there. So I walk over to that little section of the thing, and I'm already holding this. And so then I pick up look at this, 10 boxes of matches. And then I get this nifty little plastic chopping block. I'm holding the dog, I'm holding all this shit. The glasses are hitting the floor. So I put all the stuff in a bucket about this size, because I don't, since the whole point was not to buy a bunch of shit, so I don't have the cart. So I fill up the little red bucket, And then I look over and I say, shit, that I need, I saw you know, like the little plastic tubs. This is 3 of these things for $1. And once I had the plastic tubs, you know, then I needed the zipper seal plastic bags. Now my little red bucket is completely overflowing. So I take all of my stuff and I pour it out of the little red plastic bucket into like the 1 gallon now black plastic bucket. Ah shit, then I'm at the kitchen aisle. Well, look at this, you know, it's $1. I mean, for a knife, you know, and of course I'm gonna need a goddamn spatula, and there's coffee cups. I mean, these nice ass, this isn't some plastic shit. I mean, these are nice coffee cups, fucking $1 a piece. So I had to buy 2 of them. My black bucket is full. My 1 gallon black bucket is now overflowing with shit. But then I look, I mean, for $1, look at this. It's got the Bill Gates chicken on it. So I had to get the little hot plate glove. Then I'm gonna have to get an ice pack, one of these little gel ice packs, $1. I gotta get my scrubbies. I had to pick up the lime squeezer. Now the 1 gallon black basket was overflowing. So then I had to dump the black plastic bag into the white waste paper basket. And of course, I had to pick up a little grill so my coffee pot doesn't fall in the fire, and it wouldn't even fit in the basket. So even with the basket full, I still had to carry this, and I still had the damn dog. So the end result of my, as it always is, going into Dollar General to buy 2 pairs of 99-cent glasses, I ended up buying 19 items.
You know, there's a bunch of people I'd like to just shout out to because I really appreciate them, and they've stuck with me. And in spite of my early onset Alzheimer's, I can remember some of their names. Joey Bag O' Donuts. Hey man, you know, we keep going back and forth, and you know, we gotta build something here. We gotta build a sense of community. I'd like to send a shout out to Ella, who used to have a really popular YouTube channel before, in the days gone by, like, and she gave my first channel a real boost. And there was a point where it was really cool because you could respond to videos and, you know, put up the video response, and people could choose to watch it or not, but it was a more open dialogue. Anybody been on YouTube long enough to remember Friends? Well, you can't make friends anymore, but you can follow them on G+. Oh, I guess you can tag the thing as friends. Well, everybody's my friend. You know, I mean, because, yeah, we're in this small, contained corner of the internet that is probably some of the most suppressed stuff on here. And I say that not out of a sense of ego, but I truly believe it. Having been on this platform for so many years, and watching the view counts drop for everybody is really interesting. Now, I was watching the Sane Progressive, you know, Debbie, and Debbie's awesome. She, you know, she has brought out more about the election fraud and shenanigans going on than anybody on YouTube, and my hat's off to her. Somehow I saw this little glitch happening, and I grabbed my video camera, and it did this shaky little thing. While I was watching Debbie, I noticed that the likes were sort of going back and forth between like 300 and 3,000 or something. So it occurred to me, Well, how does anybody know? How does anybody know whether Debbie's getting 300 or 3,000 or 30,000 views?
We should have 1 million people in Philadelphia. This is something should be a pilgrimage for people. That is what we need to do. We need to demonstrate that this country is going to be in transition, that the people are not going to abide by this anymore, and we are not going to keep aiding and abetting a system that oppresses us and abuses us and allow it anymore.
It's all controlled, right? And I've noticed something through the primaries that all of us people that really loved Bernie Sanders and thought he had a good message were kind of this insular thing that wasn't allowed to spread too far. Anyway, I hope everybody out there is surviving, and I want to cheer people up because there's so many people I love out there. And we can all subscribe to each other's channels and try and build a bit of community here. Freedom Chaos, check him out. I always like that. David G. Now, David G., who's a Google friend, is a very brilliant man. He has a degree in political science, and he's working on his MD. So these are the type of people that are friends with me on YouTube. They're not idiots. And I'm humbled. I wanted to tell everybody my experience with Windows 10. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. The nagware kept coming up saying, "We're ready for an upgrade." And I said, "No, it's okay. Windows 7 is fine. Works for me. I'm happy with it. Don't need it. Thank you very much." So after several months of doing this, what should happen? But I had left my computer on, my desktop, that I do all my videos on. And all of a sudden, I come back in the room and it says, Windows 10, 90% loaded. I'm going, what the? So then the thing loaded and it asked me, do you agree to all this, the legalese? It's like two or three pages long and nobody reads. And I click no. So up comes the screen, restoring Windows 7. So I think, great. There it is, great. I appreciate that, Microsoft. You've given me a choice. Except that it left my desktop in a non-working state afterwards. So thank you very much, Microsoft. Now I have to take it to the computer store and spend money because you tried to load something on my computer that I paid for that I never fucking asked for. Fuck you, Bill Gates. Thank you. And as darkness falls, I'd like you to remember, it's always, always darkest before the dawn. Feel the burn.